Coming home to trouble the rain hammered against the taxi windows as Jasmine Rivera clutched her camera bag tighter. After 3 years studying photography in Paris, she was finally home in San Francisco. The city lights blurred through the wet glass, making everything look like one of her abstract photographs. Her phone buzzed with a text from Tyler. "Welcome home, sis. At Cameron's place for poker night. Come by when you land." Jasmine felt her stomach flip at the mention of Cameron Blake. She had spent 3 years trying to forget the way his dark eyes had looked at her the night before. She left for Paris, the way his hand had lingered on her shoulder when he hugged her goodbye, the way her heart had raced when he whispered, "Come back safe." But Cameron was her brother's best friend. He was 13 years older. He was untouchable. The taxi pulled up to the glass tower where Cameron lived. Jasmine paid the driver and grabbed her suitcase, her heart pounding as she rode the elevator to the penthouse on the 42nd floor. An unexpected welcome when the elevator doors opened. She was not prepared for what she saw. Cameron stood in his kitchen wearing dark jeans and a white shirt with rolled-up sleeves. His black hair was slightly messy, and he was laughing at something on his phone. Then he looked up and saw her. Time stopped. Jasmine. Her name came out like a prayer. He set down his phone and walked toward her, his eyes drinking in every detail. "You're home." "I'm home," she managed to say, even though her throat felt tight. Before she could think, he pulled her into a hug. But this was not the brotherly hug she remembered. This was different. His arms wrapped around her completely, and she felt the solid warmth of his chest against her cheek. He smelled like expensive cologne and something uniquely him. "I missed you," he whispered into her hair. Those 3 words changed everything. "The storm inside, where's Tyler?" Jasmine asked, pulling away before she did something stupid like stay in his arms forever. He had to leave early. "Emergency at work." Cameron's eyes never left her face. "You look different. I grew up," she said, meeting his gaze directly. "I can see that." His voice was rough. Thunder crashed outside, making Jasmine jump. The lights flickered once, twice, then went out completely. The emergency lights cast everything in a soft blue glow. "Great," Cameron muttered. "The storm must have knocked out the power." He pulled out his phone to check the building system. "It's going to be at least an hour before they get the generators running fully." Jasmine set down her camera bag and walked to the floor-to-ceiling windows. The city was dark, except for scattered lights from backup generators. Lightning split the sky, illuminating the bay below. "It's beautiful," she breathed. Cameron came to stand beside her, close enough that she could feel the heat radiating from his body. "Not as beautiful as the view I have right now." She turned to look at him, her heart racing. "Cameron," "I know," he said quietly. "I know all the reasons this is wrong. You're Tyler's sister. You're younger. I'm supposed to protect you, not want you the way I do." "Words left unspoken, who says you can't do both?" Jasmine asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Cameron's jaw tightened. For a moment, she thought he might kiss her. Instead, he stepped back. "Tell me about Paris," he said, clearly trying to change the subject. Jasmine wanted to push, to demand he acknowledge what was between them. But she could see the war raging in his eyes, so she played along. "Paris was magical," she said, turning back to the window. "I photographed everything. The cafes at dawn, the Seine at midnight, street musicians, lovers in the park. I learned that beauty exists in the spaces between moments." "That sounds like something you would say." She could hear the smile in his voice. "I sold 3 pieces to a gallery there," she continued. "Small ones, but it was a start. I want to open my own exhibition here." "You will," Cameron said, with absolute certainty. "You have talent, Jasmine." "Real talent? How would you know?" "You've never seen my work." "I've seen everything you've posted online for the last 3 years." She spun around to stare at him. "You followed my work?" Cameron looked almost embarrassed. "I followed everything. Every photo, every caption, every city you visited. I told myself I was just keeping an eye on you for Tyler, but that was a lie." "Dangerous confessions. What was the truth?" Jasmine asked, taking a step toward him. "The truth is that I counted the days until you came home," he admitted. "The truth is that I dreamed about you. The truth is that I have been in love with you since you were 19 years old, and it's killing me." The confession hung in the air between them like lightning waiting to strike. "Say something," Cameron pleaded. "I love you too," Jasmine said simply. "I have loved you for so long that I don't remember what it feels like not to love you." Cameron closed his eyes as if her words caused him physical pain. "We can't do this." "Why not?" "Because Tyler trusts me. Because you deserve someone your own age, someone without all my complications. Because if I start touching you, I won't be able to stop." Jasmine walked to him slowly, deliberately. When she was close enough to feel his breath on her face, she looked up at him. "Then don't stop," she whispered. The breaking point for one perfect moment, Cameron's control shattered. His hand came up to cup her face, his thumb tracing her bottom lip. She could see the hunger in his eyes, the need, the love he had been hiding for years. "Jasmine," he breathed, but then his phone rang. Tyler's name flashed on the screen. The spell broke. Cameron stepped back, running his hands through his hair. "I should answer that." Jasmine nodded, her whole body trembling with frustration and longing. "Amen," Cameron said, his voice steady despite everything. "Yeah, she got here safely. The power's out, but the generators are coming back on. No, it's fine. I'll make sure she gets home safely." While he talked, Jasmine gathered her things. When he hung up, the walls were back up between them. "I'll call you a car," Cameron said stiffly. "Of course." Jasmine tried to keep the hurt from her voice as she waited for the elevator. Cameron spoke again. "Tyler's having a birthday party next weekend. At his place. You'll be there?" "I'll be there." The elevator arrived. Jasmine stepped inside and turned to face him. "Cameron?" "Yeah. This isn't over." The doors closed on his stunned expression, and Jasmine smiled to herself. She had spent 3 years in Paris learning about art, about beauty, about capturing perfect moments. Now she was going to capture the heart of the man she loved, and nothing, not even her brother's friendship, was going to stop her. The art of seduction, the week after Jasmine returned, felt like the longest of her life. She threw herself into preparing for her photography exhibition, sorting through hundreds of images from Paris. But every night she lay awake thinking about Cameron, about the way he had looked at her, about the confession that still echoed in her mind. She was setting up her laptop in a coffee shop when her phone buzzed. A text from Cameron. "I saw the venue you chose for your exhibition. The gallery on Powell Street. Good choice." Jasmine smiled. So he was still following her work. "How did you know?" She typed back. "I make it my business to know everything about things that matter to me." Before she could respond, another message came through. "Can I see your work?" Before the official opening, Jasmine bit her lip. This was dangerous territory, but she was done playing it safe. "Come to my studio tomorrow night. 8 o'clock. Come alone." Private viewing. Jasmine spent the entire next day preparing. She hung her best pieces in her small studio space, adjusted the lighting, and changed her outfit 3 times. Before settling on a simple black dress that made her feel confident and beautiful, at exactly 8 o'clock, her buzzer rang. Cameron stood in her doorway, wearing a dark suit that probably cost more than her rent. His eyes widened when he saw her. "Hi," she said softly. "Hi." He held out a bottle of wine. "I didn't know if I should bring something. Wine is perfect." She led him inside, acutely aware of how small her studio seemed with him in it. He filled the space with his presence, making everything feel charged and intimate. "These are incredible," Cameron breathed as he studied her photographs. He stopped in front of a series she had taken in Montmartre at sunrise. "The way you capture light is extraordinary." Jasmine watched him move from piece to piece, his genuine appreciation evident in every comment. He understood her work in a way few people did. "This one," he said, stopping in front of her favorite photograph. It showed a couple kissing in the rain, their faces obscured but the emotion crystal clear. "This is remarkable." "I took that the day before I came home," Jasmine said, moving to stand beside him. "I kept thinking about what I was leaving behind and what I was coming home to." Cameron turned to look at her. "What were you coming home to?" "You," she said simply. I was coming home to you. The first kiss. Cameron's expression was torn between desire and restraint. Jasmine, we agreed this couldn't happen. You agreed? I never did. She stepped closer. Cameron, I'm 22 years old. I'm not a child. I know what I want, and I want you. Your brother would never forgive me. My brother doesn't get to choose who I love. Love. Cameron said the word like it was sacred. Do you have any idea what you do to me? Show me. That was all it took. Cameron closed the distance between them in 2 steps, his hands framing her face as his lips finally met hers. The kiss was everything Jasmine had dreamed of and more. It was gentle at first, almost reverent, but when she pressed closer, it deepened into something desperate and hungry. Years of longing poured into that kiss, years of denial and want and need. When they finally broke apart, both breathing hard, Cameron pressed his forehead against hers. I love you, he whispered. God help me. I love you so much. I love you too, Jasmine replied, her hands fisting in his shirt. Don't push me away again. I won't, he promised. I can't. Secret moments. Over the next 2 weeks, Jasmine and Cameron fell into a pattern of stolen moments. He would text her late at night, and she would sneak up to his penthouse through the service elevator. They would talk for hours, sharing dreams and fears, learning each other in ways that went far beyond physical attraction. Cameron told her about losing his parents young, about building his company from nothing, about the loneliness that came with success. Jasmine told him about feeling invisible growing up in Tyler's shadow, about finding herself in Paris, about the fear that she would never be enough. You're more than enough, Cameron assured her, pulling her close on his couch as the city lights sparkled below. You're everything. But keeping their relationship secret was harder than either of them expected. Jasmine hated lying to Tyler, who kept trying to set her up with his coworker, a nice guy named Ryan who worked in accounting. Just give him a chance, Tyler urged over dinner one night. He's a good guy, stable, age-appropriate. I don't want stable and age-appropriate, Jasmine shot back. Then what do you want? Someone who sees me, she wanted to say. Someone who makes my heart race. Someone whose kiss I still feel hours later. Know it when I find it, she said. Instead, the business trip, everything changed when Cameron announced he had a business meeting in Seattle and asked Jasmine to come with him. Want to be with you, he said, holding her hands. Really with you. Not sneaking around, not stealing hours. I want a whole weekend where we can just be together. What about Tyler? I'll tell him I'm going alone. You can say you're visiting a friend from Paris. It felt wrong to lie, but Jasmine was tired of hiding. Okay, she agreed. Let's do it. The flight to Seattle was surreal. Cameron had booked first-class tickets, and they sat side by side, his hand intertwined with hers under a blanket. I've never done this before, he admitted. Flown first class. Been this happy. The hotel was magnificent, a 5-star property overlooking the water. Their suite had a king-size bed and a balcony with views of the Sound. This is too much, Jasmine protested, even as she marveled at the luxury. Nothing is too much for you, Cameron said, pulling her close. I want to give you everything. I don't need everything, she whispered, reaching up to kiss him. I just need you, the point of no return that night. They crossed the final line they had been dancing around for weeks. In the privacy of their suite, with the city lights reflecting off the water, Cameron and Jasmine gave themselves to each other completely. Afterward, lying in his arms, Jasmine felt complete in a way she never had before. I love you, Cameron said, pressing kisses to her shoulder. I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you too, she replied, turning to face him. Cameron, we can't keep hiding this. We need to tell Tyler. She felt him tense. I know. I just need to find the right time. There'll never be a right time. We just have to do it. Cameron was quiet for a long moment. You're right. When we get back, I'll talk to him. We'll talk to him, Jasmine corrected. Together, Cameron agreed. Pulling her closer, they fell asleep wrapped around each other, neither knowing that their secret was about to explode in the worst possible way. The Discovery Tyler was waiting at Cameron's penthouse when they returned Sunday night. He was sitting on the couch, his face thunderous, holding his phone. "Tyler," Cameron said, his voice carefully neutral. "What are you doing here?" "Funny thing," Tyler said, his voice cold. "Ryan from work saw you and Jasmine at the Seattle airport. He sent me this." He held up his phone. On the screen was a photo of Cameron and Jasmine at baggage claim, his arm around her shoulders, her head on his chest. They looked like exactly what they were, a couple in love. Jasmine felt the blood drain from her face. "Tyler, let me explain," Cameron started. "Explain what?" Tyler exploded, jumping to his feet. "Explain how my best friend has been sleeping with my sister behind my back. Explain how you've been lying to me for weeks." "It's not like that," Jasmine said, stepping forward. "Stay out of this, Jasmine." "No," she said firmly. "I won't stay out of it. This involves me too." Tyler looked at her as if seeing her for the first time. "How long?" "It doesn't matter," Cameron said. "It matters to me. How long have you been betraying my trust?" "I love her," Cameron said simply. "I know you're angry, but I love your sister. This isn't some casual thing. I want to spend my life with her." The words hung in the air, shocking everyone, including Jasmine. Tyler laughed bitterly. "You want to marry her?" "You're 35 years old, Cameron. She's 22. What could you possibly have in common?" "Everything that matters," Jasmine said quietly. "Tyler, I know you're upset, but Cameron makes me happy. Really, truly happy." "He's my best friend," Tyler said, and now his voice broke. "You're my sister. How am I supposed to deal with this?" "By trusting us," Cameron said. "By trusting that I would never hurt her. By trusting that what we have is real." Tyler looked between them, his face a mask of pain and betrayal. "I need time," he said finally. "I can't look at either of you right now." He walked to the door, then turned back. "Cameron, we have that board meeting on Tuesday. Try to pull yourself together by then." Then he was gone. The aftermath the next 2 days were torture. Tyler refused to answer Jasmine's calls or texts. Cameron went to work and faced Tyler's cold professionalism in their board meeting. Where his best friend treated him like a stranger, Jasmine buried herself in final preparations for her exhibition. But her heart wasn't in it. She had finally found the love she had been searching for, and it was tearing her family apart. "Maybe we should take a break," she said to Cameron on Monday night. They were at his place, both exhausted from the emotional turmoil. "Just until Tyler calms down." "No," Cameron said firmly, pulling her into his arms. "I'm not losing you. Not for Tyler, not for anyone. We just need to give him time to process. What if he never accepts us?" "Then he doesn't," Cameron said, though she could see the pain in his eyes. "Jasmine, I meant what I said. I want to spend my life with you. If that means losing my best friend, then that's a price I'm willing to pay." "But I'm not," Jasmine said, tears streaming down her face. "I can't be the reason you to stop being friends. Your friendship is too important." Cameron wiped away her tears gently. "My love for you is more important. Let me handle Tyler. I just need you to trust me." The exhibition Friday night arrived with Jasmine's photography exhibition. She had been dreading it all week, knowing Tyler would be there. He had promised to come months ago, before everything fell apart. The gallery was packed with art lovers, critics, and friends. Jasmine's photographs lined the walls, each one telling a story of love, loss, longing, and hope. Cameron arrived early, looking devastatingly handsome in a black suit. He stayed in the background, but his presence gave her strength. Then Tyler walked in. Brother and sister locked eyes across the crowded room. Jasmine saw the hurt still lingering in Tyler's expression, but also something else. Curiosity, maybe? Or the beginning of understanding. Tyler walked slowly through the exhibition, studying each photograph carefully. He stopped in front of the series Jasmine had titled, "Coming Home." It showed San Francisco at different times of day, each image capturing the beauty and complexity of returning to a place you loved. The final image in the series was new, one she had taken just days ago. It showed two shadows on a wall, reaching for each other, separated by distance, but connected by longing. "This is beautiful work, Jas," Tyler said quietly. and she realized he had come to stand beside her. "Thank you," she managed to say. "You've grown so much," he continued. "Not just as an artist, but as a person. I keep forgetting you're not the kid sister I used to protect from playground bullies. Tyler, I'm sorry we hurt you." He held up a hand. "Let me finish. I've spent this week being angry and feeling betrayed, but I also spent it watching Cameron at work. Do you know what he did?" Jasmine shook her head. He was distracted, unfocused, miserable. He kept checking his phone, hoping you'd text. In 15 years of friendship, I've never seen him like that. He's always been so controlled, so focused, but you've undone him completely. Is that a bad thing? I thought it was, Tyler admitted. But then I realized something. Maybe Cameron needed to be undone. Maybe he needed someone to make him feel something deeper than business success and financial security. Hope flickered in Jasmine's chest. "What are you saying?" "I'm saying that I talked to him. Really talked to him. And the way he speaks about you, Jas. It's like you hung the moon and stars. He loves you in a way I didn't think he was capable of loving anyone." Brother's blessing tears spilled down Jasmine's cheeks. "I love him too, Tyler. So much." "I know you do," Tyler said, pulling her into a hug. "And that's the only reason I'm willing to try to accept this. Because I can see that what you have is real. Does this mean you forgive us?" Tyler pulled back, holding her at arm's length. "It means I'm willing to try, but I have conditions. Anything. If he hurts you, I get to break his face." Jasmine laughed through her tears. "Deal? And you two need to be honest with me from now on. No more secrets, no more sneaking around, I promise." Tyler looked over her shoulder. "You can come over here now, Cameron." "I know you've been hovering." Cameron approached cautiously, his expression guarded. "Tyler, Cameron." Tyler extended his hand. "I'm not saying I'm completely okay with this yet, but I'm willing to work on it. For both of you." Cameron shook his hand, relief evident on his face. "Thank you. You have no idea what this means." "Just don't make me regret it," Tyler warned. "And for the record, if you're serious about my sister, there are going to be ground rules. Name them. First, no public displays of affection when I'm around." "I don't need to see that." Cameron fought a smile. "Reasonable." "Second, you treat her like the queen she is, or answer to me. Always," Cameron said seriously. "And third," Tyler looked between them. "If you're going to do this, do it right. Don't waste time. Life's too short to spend it being careful." A new beginning. The rest of the evening passed in a blur of congratulations and sales. Jasmine sold 12 pieces, including the entire Coming Home series, to a major collector. When the gallery finally closed, Cameron, Jasmine, and Tyler went out for late-night pizza at their favorite spot from college days. It was strange and wonderful and almost normal. "So," Tyler said, stealing a piece of pepperoni from Jasmine's slice, "when did this actually start?" "Honestly," Cameron said, taking Jasmine's hand openly for the first time in front of Tyler. "For me. It was the night before she left for Paris. She was saying goodbye, and I looked at her and thought, I'm in love with her, but I told myself I was crazy." "You were crazy," Tyler muttered. "But there was no real heat in it. And for you, Jas." Jasmine smiled at Cameron. "I was 19 at your graduation party from business school. You were talking about your dreams for your company, and your eyes were so full of passion and determination. I thought, that's the kind of man I want to love. I just didn't realize I already did." "That's disgustingly sweet," Tyler said. But he was smiling. They talked for hours, rebuilding bridges and establishing new dynamics. It wasn't perfect, and there were still awkward moments. But it was a start. The proposal 3 months later, Jasmine had another exhibition. This one was even more successful, with art critics praising her unique vision and emotional depth. She was building a name for herself in the photography world, and several galleries were interested in representing her work. Cameron was there, of course, proud and supportive as always. Their relationship had grown stronger, deeper, more real with each passing day. They had stopped hiding, stopped apologizing for their love. Tyler had even grown comfortable with them. Though he still made jokes about needing therapy to deal with seeing his best friend kiss his sister, as the exhibition wound down. Cameron took Jasmine's hand. "Come with me. I want to show you something." He led her to a section of the gallery she hadn't noticed before, curtained off from the main space. When he pulled back the curtain, Jasmine gasped. It was her photograph, the one of the couple kissing in the rain. But Cameron had commissioned an artist to recreate it as a massive painting, 6 feet tall, and beneath it was a simple brass plaque. "Read it," Cameron urged. Jasmine stepped closer. The plaque read, "To Jasmine, you taught me that love is worth the risk. Will you marry me?" She turned to find Cameron on one knee, holding out a ring that sparkled in the gallery lights. "I know we haven't been together long by conventional standards," Cameron said, his voice thick with emotion. "But I've loved you for years, and I don't want to waste another day not being your husband. Jasmine Rivera, will you marry me?" "Yes," Jasmine breathed, tears streaming down her face. "Yes, yes, yes." Cameron slid the ring on her finger and stood, pulling her into a kiss that was witnessed by the remaining gallery guests, who erupted in applause, including Tyler, who stood in the back. Wiping his own eyes and smiling forever starts, now 6 months later. Jasmine and Cameron were married in a small ceremony overlooking the San Francisco Bay. Tyler stood as Cameron's best man. Having fully embraced his role as both brother and friend, "Take care of her," Tyler said as he handed Cameron the rings. "With my life," Cameron promised, when the minister pronounced them husband and wife. Cameron kissed his bride like she was the air he needed to breathe. Jasmine kissed him back, knowing she had found her home. After the ceremony, as they danced under string lights with the city glowing behind them, Cameron whispered in her ear, "Thank you for not giving up on us. Thank you for being worth fighting for," Jasmine replied. Tyler interrupted their dance, tapping Cameron on the shoulder. "Mind if I steal my sister for one dance?" Cameron stepped back graciously, and Tyler took Jasmine's hands. "You look happy," Tyler said as they swayed to the music. "I am happy. Are you okay with all this?" "Really?" Tyler smiled. "I'm more than okay. I was wrong to try to keep you apart. You two belong together. Anyone can see that. I love you, big brother. Love you too, Jas. Even if you did have to go and marry my best friend." They both laughed, and Jasmine felt her heart overflow with joy. She had her brother's love, her husband's devotion, and a future bright with possibility. As Cameron swept her back into his arms for another dance, Jasmine thought about all the photographs she had taken over the years, capturing moments of beauty and emotion, but no photograph could capture this feeling, this perfect happiness, this sense of being exactly where she was meant to be.